Welcome to Bones Island. Bones Island was set up in 1668 to 1750. It lasted for 140 years. The slave trade, which is popularly known as the transatlantic slavery. Why it is called transatlantic slave trade? Because slaves were taken from Africa to the America, that's South Carolina, New York, Massachusetts, Georgia, Atlanta, these places, right? And they sell the slaves there. They come to Europe, buy things of European specification that are not common here, and then they bring them here because it was a barter trade. You know, this part of the world doesn't know what we call currency, money, no. It's barter. So they take the slaves here and they give what? Rum, cowrie, and other things made in Europe that cannot come here. But for any sale of a slave, gunpowder is included. When we enter, I'll tell you why. If they want to buy Mr. X, they must put gunpowder. I'll tell you.
So
now,
who is selling? Black people are selling black people?
Exactly. There was no time when a white man come from Europe or America and go to the villages and capture Africans. No time that have ever happened. Right? It is we, the Africans, that went to the African villages and capture our fellow Africans and sell them into slavery. There are 4 ways through which slaves were acquired. These 4 ways are subdivided into 2. They have slavery proper and improper slavery. Slavery proper, warfare. Prisoners of war become automatically slaves and they can be sold into slavery. 2. People who are convicted of witchcraft, they can be sold into slave because they are outcasts, they can be banished. So they can be sold into slavery. That's slavery proper. And improper slavery. For the chiefs, they have many wives. Yeah? Because they have many wives, 13, 14 as the case may be, they cannot service all of them. A young boy might be attracted to one of these young ladies. And immediately, the chief had wind of that. His younger wife is in affair with one of these young guys. The young guy will be brought to the barret. The barret is the local court. Yeah, will be brought to the barret and they will try him on fair trial. In the end, they will find this young man a sum that he will never imagine, a sum that is not capable of paying, automatically become slave. And the final one under the improper slavery is voluntarily. I am poor in a village. I don't have money. I can come to chief. Chief, I have my family to take care of. I don't have money. Help me take care of my family. I will work for you till death. See, that is voluntarily. So these are the 4 means through which slaves were acquired. But now, coming back to Bones Island. Bones Island was initially the initiative of the Americans. But they did not come to Africa to set up Bones Island, never. It was the Americans who subcontracted the Portuguese, who think they had influence in Africa. But for this part of Africa, West Africa, it was the French who had the major influence. So the Portuguese subcontracted the French. And the French, being a colonial master of Guinea, Senegal, Ivory Coast, and these other places in West Africa, they thought they could do the same. And they entered Bones Island. By then, they took over Bones Island and they have a fort which they built. When we go inside, we will see a French fort. And what happened when the French were dethroned for the Portuguese to take over? Later the British, who ended the operation until 1807, when slavery was officially declared over by the British. Although the Universal Declaration of the end of slavery was 1835, but the British were the very first. In 1807 they abolished